Patience the greatest virtue. A wise old man said, "Time and patience are stronger than strength and anger." These words, full of wisdom, invite us to stop and reflect on one of the most underrated and powerful virtues we can develop: patience. Being patient is not simply waiting. It is waiting with a serene attitude, trusting that time and effort will bear fruit. It is understanding that not everything depends on our immediate will, and that sometimes external circumstances require their own pace to align. We live in a time when everything seems to move at a dizzying speed. We want immediate results, quick solutions, instant gratification. But in our quest to speed up the pace of life, we forget that the most important things are not achieved overnight. Patience is the key that allows us to move forward calmly, wisely, and perseveringly, instead of falling into despair when things do not go our way. Throughout history, great figures have shown that the most lasting and significant achievements come from patience. But in our everyday lives, how can we apply this essential principle? First, let's consider what happens when we lack patience. When we are impatient, we get irritated easily, we get frustrated at the slightest setback, and worst of all, we lose sight of the purpose behind our actions. Impatience blinds us. It makes us believe that everything must happen immediately, or else we are failing. How many times have we given up on a project, a goal, or even a relationship, simply because we didn't have enough patience to see it blossom? Impatience is a trap that keeps us from what we truly desire. The old sage was right when he said that patience is stronger than strength and rage. Rage, anger, frustration are emotions that consume us. They make us act irrationally, they blind us, and they prevent us from seeing the bigger picture. Brute force, without a calm mind to guide it, is nothing more than a waste of energy. But patience, that inner calm that allows us to see beyond the present moment, gives us a clarity and strength that anger can never offer. Patience and passivity are often confused, but they are actually very different concepts. Patience does not mean simply waiting without doing anything. Rather, it is an active attitude in which, while waiting, we continue working towards what we want without being carried away by the anxiety of seeing immediate results. By being patient, we are committed to the process, and each step we take, however small, brings us closer to our goals. Patience is a virtue that helps us enjoy the journey, trusting that efforts will bear fruit in due time. In other words, patience is not waiting without doing anything, but acting without desperation. It is a way of balancing effort and time, being consistent and committed to what we do, while maintaining a calm and unhurried mind. However, how can we cultivate this patience in such a fast-paced world? One of the first steps is to change our perspective. Instead of seeing waiting as an obstacle, we can begin to see it as an opportunity. Whenever something doesn't happen right away, instead of getting frustrated, we can ask ourselves, what can I learn from this situation? How can I grow in this moment of waiting? Patience not only helps us achieve our goals, but it also transforms us internally. It teaches us to be stronger and to handle difficult moments better. It also allows us to better understand others, putting ourselves in their place and having more empathy, that is, becoming more understanding. Finally, by being patient, we also manage to feel calmer about who we are and our decisions, which gives us greater inner peace. Imagine a farmer who plants a seed. He knows that he cannot rush the growth process. He knows that the plant needs time to take deep roots, absorb the necessary nutrients, and finally bear fruit. If the farmer decided to dig the ground every day to see if the seed has germinated, he would not only be wasting his energy, but he could also damage the natural process. The same thing happens in our lives. Patience teaches us to trust in the timing of life, to know that not everything can be rushed, and that everything has its time. Facing challenges with patience is a sign of trust in the process of life. It is understanding that although we cannot see the results now, time is working in our favor. Everything has its own rhythm. From nature to our personal goals, everything follows its course, and forcing the timing only generates more frustration and suffering. Let's think about the great inventors, artists, and leaders. They didn't achieve success overnight. Every step along their path was filled with challenges, obstacles, and moments of doubt. But what sets them apart is not just their talent or determination, but their ability to patiently keep going, to understand that each failure was one more step toward success. Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb, failed thousands of times before achieving his goal. However, he never saw those failed attempts as failures, but as lessons that brought him closer to his goal. That's patience in action. In our daily lives, we can apply this same mindset. When things don't go as planned, when a project doesn't move as fast as we expected, or when a relationship doesn't seem to improve, instead of giving up or getting angry, we can remember the words of the wise old man. Time and patience will always take us further than anger or impulsive force. It is in those moments of waiting and reflecting that we find the answers we were looking for. Patience is a unique virtue that gives us a deep inner peace, a tranquility that few things can match. By learning to be patient, we free ourselves from the anxiety of wanting everything right away. Instead of being carried away by the impulse to have quick results, patience allows us to focus on the present moment and enjoy each step along our path. Each small advance, each challenge overcome, and each lesson learned become valuable moments. Practicing patience not only helps us achieve our goals more steadily, but also teaches us to appreciate the journey, giving us a fuller and more lasting satisfaction. In addition, patience strengthens our character, increases our resistance to obstacles, and makes us more understanding of others, which enriches our relationships and our life in general. So the next time you feel that impatience takes over, remember, time and patience are stronger than strength and anger. Life is not a sprint, but a journey full of moments to learn, grow, and above all, wait calmly. Patience is, without a doubt, the greatest virtue.